We expect more from you, Gail. Don't you hang out with Oprah? Why y'all attacking us? We your people. You ain't coming after fucking Harvey Weinstein asking them dumb-ass questions. I get sick of y'all. I want to call you one. Is it okay if I call her one? Funky dog-head bitch. How dare you try to tarnish my motherfucking homeboy's reputation, punk motherfucker.
Right, so who was the smoke with Oprah?
No, I haven't, but now watch this. I went to a fucking William Morris party. Like, I forgot what it was called, but it was like the big party that they do every year. And one year, I walk in, and motherfucking Oprah Winfrey right there.
Here's the reason why I'm here. In 25 years of the Oprah show, I taped 217 episodes on sexual abuse. I tried and tried and tried to get the message across to people that sexual abuse was not just abuse, it was also sexual seduction. But for me, this moment transcends Michael Jackson. It is much bigger than any one person. This is a moment in time that allows us to see this societal corruption. It's like a scourge on humanity.
That I am particularly upset by the handling of this mass matter by the incredible, terrible mass media. At every opportunity, the media has dissected and manipulated these allegations to reach their own conclusions. I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
One day, I was in my house, and the phone rang, and I picked up the phone. Hello. And he said, hi, Oprah, this is Michael. Michael who? Michael. He said, this is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson? I said, this is Michael Jackson? I put down the phone. I ran in the other room where the executive producer, Debbie, was. She was over my house, and I went, Debbie! Debbie! Michael Jackson's on the phone! Michael Jackson! It's him! It really is him! I go back to the phone. I went, hi, Michael. How are you? And ever since then, we've been setting up this interview. Things have been so busy around here. A few weeks ago, I arranged to make a commercial with Michael. So I flew out to his California ranch. I did. I was really excited. I couldn't decide what, because you're going to meet Michael Jackson. What are you going to wear? So I had this whole big thing in the hotel room about, should I wear this or should I wear that? So my staff and I tried to pick out the right outfit. Should I wear the red jacket or the black suit or the glitzy gown or just a kind of a casual sweater? I finally made up my mind, and we left my hotel room with some clothes on my back and headed for Michael's ranch, where we shot a TV commercial. And shooting this was not nearly as glamorous as you might think. Michael had to stand like a statue for hours while I smiled myself away. It took us all day to finish this commercial. Well, when I came here to about a month ago to shoot commercials with you for promoting tonight's event, one of the things that really impressed me the most, and I hope you guys are getting shots of this. I don't know how you are if all the cameras are on us, but oh, we got other cameras. Is that there are built inside the walls here beds, beds for some of those sick children who come. And what I realized when I saw that is that you have to be a person who really cares about children to build it into your architecture.
Yes.
Yes.
We have children that come who are intravenously, they're very sick and they're bedridden, and they
Can't sit up.
Right, they can't sit up. And these beds, they're hospital beds. You push a button, they move up and they move down, and they're able to watch. We have a magic show. We show the current films, if it's cartoons, anything, you know, and anything so they can escape to that world of magic that they don't get a chance to experience. The world that I was, the way things are, and my caring for young people and everything.
So many mothers in my audience have said to please ask you this question.
Yeah.
Why do you always grab your crotch?
Why do I grab my crotch?
Yeah, why? We think you got a thing with your crotch going on
I think
here.
it happens subliminally. When I dance, if you're a dancer, you know, you're just interpreting the sounds and the accompaniment of the music. If there's a driving bass, you become the bass. If there's a cello, if there's a string, you become that. So you become the emotion of what that sound is, okay? So if I'm doing a movement and I go bam, and I grab myself, it's the music that compels me to do it. It's not saying I'm getting ready to grab down there and it's not a great place. You don't think about it, it just happens. Sometime I'll look back at the footage and I'll go, did I do that?
Yeah.
So I'm slave to the rhythm.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think the alarm's going off in the house. I don't know why. In the house. I don't know. Are you going to lay off the crotch a little bit?
Ask the music.
Ask the music. Will he lay off the crotch? What do you want? I love being here because it makes me feel like a child again. And one of the things I promised myself was when this interview was over, live around the world, I was going to go get on that Ferris wheel. And that is exactly what I intend to do. I'm going to take off my blue shoes and I'm going to ride on the Ferris wheel. I'm going to have a good time. Gonna have myself a little popcorn maybe. And maybe when it's all over, you'll teach me how to do the moonwalk when everybody's not watching. Maybe that'll be it. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. This was fun.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah.
And as you know, Michael said that he had felt betrayed by Martin Bashir. So last night, Michael ran his side of the story on Fox. They called it the footage you were never meant to see. The issue is the children and Michael's perception that sleeping with children as a grown man is okay. Right? And for him to say that nothing sexual is going on, that does not matter. If nothing sexual is going on, that does not matter.
He was a great entertainer, and now he has become possibly some kind of an offender. And I think we should investigate.
Come on, he said it. He said he's done this. So where are the officials? Come on in now. He's told you. Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? That's my question. If he's supposedly done this, come on out and get him. What are we waiting on?
He's not a friend. I was someone who had interviewed him, and at the time really had a lot of compassion for him. And those feelings about him changed over the years? The feelings didn't change. In terms of my sense of compassion for him, what I felt was a sense of sadness. I never knew, what the truth was, as none of us now will ever know what the truth was. But anytime anybody has allegations of child abuse against them, that causes me to take a pause. Right.
Ugly. He thought of himself as ugly. Changed his nose, and his nose got smaller and smaller. Alleged drug overdose. Maybe he was on drugs. Who knows whether he was on drugs? And you remember that day he came in what looked like his pajamas. Was there a part of you that wanted to believe him, but you knew? Did you ever, for one instant, ever think that there was a possibility that he could be guilty of molesting a child? No. You've seen any inappropriate behavior between Michael Jackson and young children.
Are you asking me again?
I'm asking you again.
Absolutely not in any way. I did not see anything.
So you never saw anything, and to this day, you don't believe that any of those charges were true?
I never saw anything like that.
I think people are just jealous. You got to look at the man's heart. You look at what he does for the children, for people in general. I don't care what he does to his face. He has to live with that, This is heart. That's what matters. He's a great entertainer. Take all the other crap. He's the best. He's the greatest.
Tabloid junk. We need to burn all the tabloids.
I'm here to say, you are crazy, stupid, ridiculous, horrifying garbage, and completely false. I think you might be right.
I knew Michael very well, and he was a special guy. He was with me many, many times at Mar-a-Lago in particular, in Palm Beach. So many unbelievable weekends took place with Michael, especially in Palm Beach, Florida. And to lose Michael is amazing. Truly iconic. A great, great entertainer, the best I've ever seen. He was all excited about his comeback. He was sold out all over. thousands and thousands of seats, all sold out. And it didn't take place till next July, and yet he was sold out. He was telling me all over. And it's very sad. Michael did a lot for charity, and if I ever needed him for something, if he had to come like tonight to Police Athletic League, not that he was thrilled about it because the last 10 years were tough for him, but he'd always be there. Michael was very loyal to his friends. I think people don't really know. We all know he was an unbelievable entertainer. You know, you had Elvis Presley, you have Michael, you have very, very few like it. But Michael was a very, very smart guy. A lot of people don't realize that he was really smart. This is a bad day when you lose Michael, and an unbelievably bad day. A really fine person that everybody liked.
So many people are on television that don't know me, and they're like experts on me. You know, when Michael Jackson died, I knew him very well. And everybody was talking about Michael Jackson. They didn't know him. Think about Michael Jackson. He lived in Trump Tower. And I see your show all the time, Michael Jackson. Every night you have Michael Jackson, blah, blah, blah. You know, 15 years ago, I went to Madison Square Garden and I watched Michael Jackson perform and do the moonwalk across the stage. And I said, I don't think I've ever seen anything. There was no entertainer like him. He lives in various of my buildings. I mean, he sort of follows me around in the sense of he likes what I have.
Well, I know him very well. He's lived in my buildings.
Perfect gentleman. We never had one problem. He's a friend of mine. I mean, he's a good guy. You know, he's a little different.
Badly.
Well, he's gone through a lot.
I'm going to stick up for him because nobody else is, but I don't believe it.
Michael was a great friend of
Michael would spend a lot of time with my kids. I have beautiful kids, and at the time, like at Mar-a-Lago, and even in Trump Tower, the kids were very young. Michael would come, play with the kids. He just loved children. He was not a child molester, and I am certain of that. He loved children. He'd play with my son Eric and my son Donald, and he'd just play with them forever. He loved children, but he was not a child molester, and just a great guy. He took he's just had tremendous, really difficult last 10 years. His last 10 years, he's been living in hell.
Hey, what do you think of Oprah for president?
I love that.
You do?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've known her well for a long time.
Yes.
Think she could do it?
Yeah, I know she could do it, without a doubt.
Oprah Winfrey is speaking out about this video that's gone viral of Donald Trump in 1988.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
I would never want to rule it out totally because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country.
Oprah's best friend, Gayle King, wanted to know what she thinks about the Trump interview now.
When I asked that question, I didn't expect that answer.
No. And check this out. It's another lost video of young Donald Trump. This is from 1980, and he was interviewed by Tom Brokaw on the Today Show.
Mr. Trump, what's left in your life? You're 33 years old. You're worth all this money. You say you didn't say that you want to be worth $1 billion.
No, I really don't. I just want to keep busy and keep active and be interested in what I do.
The information is disgusting and false.
Please welcome Kamala Harris!
Oprah threw her star power behind Kamala Harris last night in a live-streamed interview in the battleground state of Michigan. There was a 400-strong studio audience and a spectacular video wall of 1,000 screens of viewers across America.
I see some faces I recognize.
In that amazing wall, more Hollywood star power. Chris Rock, Jennifer Lopez, Julia Roberts, Meryl Streep, and other A-listers. And they heard Harris make a startling admission.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
The information is disgusting and false.
You know, on January 20th, 1961, President John F. Kennedy issued a challenge. He said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Well, I'm here to tell you that what you can do for your country, what you can do for democracy here, and what you can do for the spirit of John Lewis and all the others who dared to walk across that bridge in Selma and fight for justice for us all. What you can do for every pregnant young woman who has died because she was not eligible to receive the emergency medical care she desperately needed because of an abortion ban. What you can do for yourself and what you can do for everyone and everything you cherish is vote. And if you are watching or hearing me right now and you haven't already, you have got to vote. And listen, I know that some of you are feeling burnt out and bruised and maybe inconsequential. Nothing could be further from the truth. Every single vote, every one is going to matter. That's why I've come to Philadelphia tonight.
The information is disgusting and false.
We're now so fired up, we can't wait to leave here and do something. And what we're going to do is elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States. There are people who want you to see our country as a nation of us against them, people who want to scare you, who want to rule you, people who'd have you believe that books are dangerous and assault rifles are safe, that there's a right way to worship and a wrong way to love. People who seek first to divide and then to conquer. But here's the thing. When we stand together, it is impossible to conquer us.
And the winner is...
And the winner is... And the winner is...
Yeah, all I wanna say is that they don't really care about us. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
But money is the root of all evil, as you know. The love of money is the root of all evil.
I think it's ridiculous. You know, Oprah, I was on her last show, or one of her last shows, and they picked the biggest people and all of that, and made a big deal. And I'm disappointed. I think Oprah's become a major divider in our country, and I think, frankly, she should be ashamed of herself. And, you know, I knew Oprah very well. She's been in Mar-a-Lago many times. Roger King had his funeral. That's the head of King World, which was Oprah's mentor. And Oprah chose the location. She said, Mar-a-Lago is the most beautiful place. Would it be possible to have Roger's funeral at Mar-a-Lago in the ballroom? We did it. The only time I've ever had a funeral there. And I think Oprah should be ashamed of herself to say that. She should be ashamed. She knows me. She wanted to run with me as the vice president. She was going to be the vice president. She wrote me a letter. It's in the book. And now she goes and makes statements like that. She's a divider.
This is exactly why
we call Michael Jackson the king of pop. If it wasn't for Michael Jackson, I would never have ever performed. He's made such an impact on my life and every performer's life. Michael Jackson, I love you. We all love you. I want you to give it up for the king of pop, Michael, 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 Michael Jackson. Congratulations. Diamond Award.
I love you. I love all the fans from the bottom of my heart.